And we're live, I guess. Oh, I think it's like streaming live on the time on YouTube, I guess, because I see the comment even before I start a live stream.
It's like the pre-launch.
Because we're late 2 minutes today, so I guess for that reason. Anyway, hello guys. Hi everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening from the different time zones from all around the world. And my name is Nidina Karani, Darrell from Metis, and we have Pavel, Darrell from Metis. So I would like Pavel to share more details about HyperHack Hackathon, which is going on the Hyperion network on the Metis. And later, once I share, later we'll dive deep into the on-chain agent using RAG and memory. So we are going to see the live coding as well, and super excited for this one because it's going to be like really interesting. So handing over to you for a while, Pavel. Please share about the HyperHack, like what's going on currently, and um, what is the last date for applying for projects. I think it's 15 or 16. 15?
Yeah. So thank you, Needy, for the introduction. So for the HyperHack, yeah, June 15th is the deadline for submitting your application to the Ideathon. You need to submit to this process so that we can get your project tracked within the HyperHack. And then this is also very useful for providing feedback to your project. And then later on during the campaign, you will have more, let's say, opportunities to connect with the community to use your product that you're building. So with that, there is another session of the Vibe sessions coming up on Tuesday next week. So we are taking applications for that. And then if you have any questions, feel free to reach out on the forum, and happy to walk through any difficulties. But I'll hand it over to you, Needy, and take it away.
Yep. So without doing a further ado, I guess we should start. So let me share my screen quickly. I think I should share my entire screen. I hope that's visible. All right, so we are going to see on-chain AI-Agent with RAG and memory. So here is the what do you say? Yeah, GitHub repo. Let me share it on the YouTube. You can also find on Metis edu GitHub repository and under on-chain agent RAG with memory simply. All right. So what is the feature for this AI agent? So we are going to create an AI agent which is capable of interacting with the smart contracts on the Metis Sepolia or on the Metis Hyperion network as well. It's like just about to changing the network ID, right? So this particular agent can retrieve the balance, especially ERC20 balance, token balance. So it can check the balance, it can remember the past interactions. So basically, the memory, whatever you have been talking with that agent, it can remember it. And also, it retrieves the knowledge from database using RAG. So RAG is like Retrieval-Augmented Generation, so which we use to get more information, like to what I say, to more information from either from GitHub, from document or file. I'm sorry. So it's going to be super fun because imagine that it remembers your past memory, right? So here you go. You clone it. Let me open my terminal. Uh, let me be uh enough big for now. Okay, so I think yeah. First we're gonna, like, doesn't make any sense, but let's just do it. Already exist. Okay, because I already have cloned this repository, maybe that's why. So simply just we are going to clone it and activate the virtual environment for Python, and make sure to install these all packages, because we're going to use Alith, of course, web3 for smart contract connection, python.env for to load the env file, and torch to use this one. We are going to use PyMilvus. Milvus vector database. We can see this in Alith started guide. Yeah, store. Okay, so this one is Milvus vector database we are going to use to store data, and I'll show you how it's actually working in the code once we are done. So okay, so basically, after you have activated your virtual environment, you'll probably need to run this command, because for this zsh bash, and make sure you create .env file in your root directory. So just simply just here to create .env file, and you will need your OpenAI API key, and insert here and save it. And simply we are just going to run the Python demo.py. Either maybe sometimes it runs depending on your installations. Mine is running with Python 3. So because I'm using Python 3. So that's a simple thing. Let's jump directly to the code. So I'm sorry, I have a little cough. So what are we going to do here? Okay, so we have loaded some files, import some packages. From Alith, we are loading window buffer memory, Milvus store, and chunk text, and agent. So agent, of course, for the AI agent. Window buffer memory, we are going to use this to store the past interaction. So if you want your agent to know your past interactions, you just simply import this one, Milvus store for vector database for RAG implementations, and chunk text to um, chunk the data which we are going to store in the database, right? So what's going to happen here? Um, Okay, and then we are loading, just simply loading and printing, like the env file has been loaded correctly. Metis Sepolia configuration currently is set with Hyperion network, and you can also do it with Sepolia for easiness, I guess, because it's let's just see with the Hyperion, and don't go with this because I have not changed this yet. But anyway, initializing web3, and here we have contract API key. You can create the JSON file for this one if you want, but just for the easiness I have kept it here only. Okay, so what we are going to do, so this agent is simply the same agent which we have here in the Metis edu file. If we go and if you see the Telegram RAG port, oh no, this one. This is the simple, the same one which we had here. It used to check ERC20 balance. It's not using the Telegram. It's not the Telegram bot, but it simply runs in your terminal. All right. So I have just used this one, and same thing, but adding two feature in this particular agent: memory, using window buffer memory, and RAG for storing document. which we are going to use to retrieve the information. Okay, so how we have done here. Um, okay, so first, let's talk about window buffer memory. So in your agent, wherever you have this code agent, um, we know that the name of the agent and model, Premable is the most important thing that you define very nicely and very professionally. I mean, not professionally, but very nicely. You had to define your Premable because it's going to follow this what you're going to write here, right? So after that, here's the two thing that we are going to implement in this agent, right? So memory we store in the window buffer. I mean, we use window buffer memory and store it in a memory. We use rag store, I mean, store to store rag store. So what is this? All right, let's go here. Okay, so how we create drag store. All right, so let me get the first because it's a little bit confusing if you see it from your end, but okay. So what I have here, I have created knowledge base basically means I'm creating this file metis knowledge md.file. So my agent is already running, that's why you are seeing this file here, but let me show you here. uh, Let me close this agent. Let's delete this. Add my file. Also delete this one. So we'll be able to see um, how does that's running. But anyway, so this is the let's say we are fetching information from GitHub repo or the README file. So here I'm creating MD file by giving it the um, data here in the um, in from just the code. So it's going to use this data and create new metis knowledge.md file, and it will chunk this data, whatever it is in this file. It's going to chunk this data and store it in the alith .db in this database, and it's going to use this as a rag whenever it's needed, right? So set the file and return, I mean, basically just return the knowledge file. And here we are initializing the rag with vector database. I'm sorry. So what we do here, let me go to the let's go to Alith one. I think in Alith. Okay, so we go here. I just want you guys to show you that how does this work actually. So to go to the Telegram bot rack. Okay, so how does we store? So here you can see that we store the database name in the store, and in this function we are loading document first. So basically in this we are loading GitHub file, right? So we are storing it in a docs, and use chunk text to chunk the data. So in that we pass doc and our percentage. I mean, we can avoid this as well, but simply we pass doc in chunk text, and we store that particular document here using save docs, right? Milvus store dot save docs. So that's what exactly we are going to do here. So in a setup rag, we have get the knowledge file, and we are storing it in the save docs. And what we are storing, so chunk data, knowledge file. We are doing chunks of the particular this file, and it's going to store in the Milvus store, which is vector database that we are going to use. And basically then simply printing if it's storing perfectly, then we are going to simply print rag knowledge base has initialized successfully. If not, then your setup has been failed. All right, so that's what it is. And then we have, this is for the checks. It check the balance for the balance check. And here, so show the rack status. If it has been it is active, then it's going to active or just disable. And here, all right, so how does it remember the past interactions, right? So here I have set, I mean, you can not do it, but it's it's needed to do this. I mean, write this lines, because agent prompt. So when we run this agent, and in the terminal, when we ask about the any let's say it's for the check balance, right? So when we are asked to check balance, um, agent is going to return this, that I just checked token balance for user and here are the results. Please acknowledge this information, like just the extra things. But yeah, so and a response. So what response agent gives, um, we get it from the agent prompt and we store it in a response, and just the print response and in a terminal basically. So I I hope that makes sense. And let me know, Pavel, if we see any comments in the comment section. And if you guys have any question related this code or the RAG or the buffer memory, like how we do it, how we store it, let me know if you want to know more information about it. But this is basically what um, these two things are about, because we just store here like this. I'm sorry. And yeah, for past interaction for database store. Let's run this. So let's run first here. You might get an error for not installing PyTorch or TensorFlow, because it uses to chunk data in this vector database. So make sure that you install. If it's getting you error, that's just install. And what else, it's give you the error for this one as well. But make sure if you are in this terminal ZSH, then um where is, okay, here, yeah, use that quartered, yeah, this one, and it should run. uh let's run this python 3 demo.py. I hope I have deleted everything. Let me delete this one as well. Okay. Cross finger, it should work. Yeah. So, okay. So as we see that it has created database for using this Milvus store, and Metis knowledge .md file for I mean, how did he create it, right? So let's check this line by line. Let me close this out for a while. And okay, so here we can see that it has run, yeah, it has run .env loaded true, because I have checked here if it's loading true or not. If you get any error in the agent, because I was getting last night that my agent was not running, like it was running successfully, but later it was not running. So you can change your your model name, or you can use dipstick if you want. But for a dipstick, if you use, you must have that API key for a dipstick. So okay, so it's loading true for the env file. And how do we know that it has chunked the right file, right? So here we can see, where is the code? Let me, okay. So, okay, so chunk count is 1, but final chunk token count is not within the min and max. I mean, we can avoid this, but we can definitely use this one to verify. Um, that it has chunked the file, the Metis knowledge.md file. And we see that RAG knowledge base initialized successfully here. So our this setup, the above the setup has been set up correctly. And our board is running fine as well. Let's check this one. Where is it? Okay. So this is running right as well. I mean, it's just the prints, but after this we see that RAG knowledge base is active, so we have set up things correctly. Now um, let's check token balance. So check, let me get the contract address. I think I'm using Sepolia here, so I'll go to the Sepolia and okay, going to token. It's using ERC20, so you can update this thing with I mean any token or like a native token as well. Let's check balance for this one. This address, no, it should run. Okay, uh let's try one on another. Check this token. Let me check if I have config. Oh yeah, this is the Hyperion one, that's why. Let's check from the Hyperion one then. Let me just update it here. It's Sepolia. All right. Let's run it one more time. Okay. Running good. Check. In this, let's just get one more from address and make sure that. So we are going to check that if it returns this amount or okay, so it's returning the balance Metis token it have, and I think that's right 30 and 99, so it's returning the right amount, right? And okay, so now how it is using RAG model, right? So here we can see that it's not just I mean just giving us the balance information, but it's also giving us the Metis token, I mean the little bit more information about Metis or ERC20 standards. So where it is coming from, it's directly coming from this file. This file, we will also check that how it's if it's retrieving exactly the information from this or not, but this is what we mean when we say RAG with memory. So it's not just giving us the amount, I mean the balance amount, because when you check when you run the same agent without without the past interactions and RAG model, which is available on the Metis edu GitHub repo, which I show you earlier. So, and if you run that AI agent, in that it just simply return this one, right? But it's the same code, I mean, and but here using this, it's returning us a little bit more information about RAG. I mean, from the database, and it remember the past interaction as well. So let's ask this. Um, okay, let's check one more time. I'll have to wait. Sorry. Uh, check. Uh, check one more address to see if that how much it remembers. Let's get another. I think we didn't check. Oh, we checked this one. Okay. Why am I getting same? This should work. Yeah. Anyway, so first we check balance of something 8 for CA, and now we are checking for A0, E8C, whatever. So, okay, so here we are getting wallet address this, balance this Metis token, row balance is this. Okay, row balance is just like without the decimal one. So let's ask that uh, what was the, I hope this is visible because I'm not sure because I'm writing at the end. What was the last balance I checked? Okay, so it's returning. The last balance you checked was for a Metis token related to the following wallet, and you can verify this using this provided link. Okay, so now let's check what contract I used to check balance of. Let's get the first one. This one. It should return that contact address. This is how it is remembering the past interaction. So based on provided earlier, the contract address used to check balance of wallet this is this one. So you can go here and it will return. Okay, so we were checking this one, right? The that address. All right. And a contract is needed for execution. So you see that it's also providing us little more information about like what we are trying to, ask, or like whatever in the related context of what we already asked. So let's try to check. Okay, let me show you one more thing. So let's go here and check. Okay, so now let's see if it's give us the information, if RAG is working or not, right? So uh, let me change this file and I'll show you that how does this work. Let me first. Okay, so let's go here and let's change here that it's make it 5 and rerun the agent. Make sure you have updated .env file in your system, in your repository or a project. If you don't, then it can give you the error for sure, right? Okay, so we are going to see that if it's using this model or not, right? I mean the RAG memory or not. So can you so we will check, we will ask this agent to give us the example. This is the example, right? So this example from the document. So can you explain this example from the docs, and let's give it in quotes. Uh-huh. I'm sorry. Let me rerun it because I have messed it up. I think we will have to wait. Just ignore this problem because I don't know why I'm getting this error to, I mean, the problem today, even though it has been installed clearly, but just ignore those lines. If you see, if it's running, I don't know why, but anyway, can you explain this example from the talks? If row, where is that file? I need that file to see. Where is the example? Okay, if a row balance is 5, if a row balance is 5 and decimals is 18, then human balance is 1.0 tokens. Okay, now let's see what does it replace. It should replace, okay. So here we see that in the Ethereum blockchain, many similar blockchain accounts are often represented in the smallest possible units to avoid fractional number. This comparable like how we sense are used, right? So however, so now it it is reading the file, and how we can verify this is by this line here. So to convert row balance, this model used the chat gpt version, the gpt model to respond the gpt model to respond this particular thing, and then it uses this file where we have mentioned the token decimal explained. Most token use 18 decimals to convert row balance to human readable format, and in example we have passed this. So this line uses extracting from what I say, from the doc that we have stored in database. So we read this, that full token divided by 10, in your given example, a row balance of this way, decimal is this, means we can transform the row balance. Simply it's just writing it like this. Also, what is Metis L2? Let's ask the another question. And so when we do the store, database storing, so it always runs when the agent has been initiated. Okay, so let's check if we have this thing in the so it's returning Metis layer L2 scaling solution, about the Metis, and it's giving us the features. Let's see if does this know the past interaction, the recent past interaction. So what was the last thing that what's happening? What was the last thing that I asked you? And it should return what is okay. So the last question you asked was, what is Metis Alice L2? You also provided a document attached containing information on a Metis L2 blockchain, its features, and compatibility with. Okay, so here when we see that you also provided a document attachment containing information on Metis L2 blockchain, its features, and compatibility with ERC20 token. So this particular line shows us that because when I asked what is Metis IL2 in the previous prompt, I didn't attach any document from my end, right? But it fetched from the prompt. When we are passing prompt, it is fetching the things from that document, right? So that's why it has written in this way. So that's all, I guess, to know about window buffer memory and this rack system, Melvestor we have used. You can also use, I think I was showing you somewhere here. Yeah, Chroma Vector database as well. I have used this one in this talk tutorial, but if you want to use Chroma, feel free to use Chroma. That's all for now. Uh, Let me see if we have any comment section comments. No comments.
No comments.
Does that mean that everyone is listening me properly and understanding everything which whatever I'm saying here?
Made sense to me.
Do
But
you have any questions? Like, do you want to share like we have going hyperhack, right? So, in what kind of projects, as we have seen till now, who can implement this rag and this memory? I mean, in their project, like in what kind of project do you see that this can be very helpful?
I think all projects need at least a form of a RAG. Everyone needs to essentially take their model and give it contextual information based on whatever information that you submit to the agent. So in your case, you were looking at transaction balances on the
Yeah,
network, and then from that, you get to basically learn about the user behaviors for the different requests that they would be able to do. And like you were making like manual edits to the code or to the actual RAG,
yeah,
but like in some examples where the more a person uses it, the more the actual um, the actual data source changes, and then that gives a more personalized experience on how the agent would essentially interact with applications. And of course, like very very important to have the relevant information as specific as possible with the preamble. Um, Very
yeah,
important
preamble.
with all of that.
Yeah, that thing is like really, really, really important for the AI agent. And I would say that I totally agree that in every project which is using, like, if you want your agent to remember the past interaction, and remembering past interaction is most useful thing it can be in your project when we are working with, because normally when we run AI agent, it does not remember the past interactions, the past history, right? So it remembers, and like you don't have to store your inputs and the response from the agent in the different database. It would be like more tricky. um, when I was just looking at the forum, so we had many projects regarding DeFi, DAO, education platform. So like if I talk about education platform, then they can use this one. I mean, each project can use this model. Yeah.
Exactly. Very universally applicable. So great to give a demo on how it is done. And I think you shared the link over there. I guess any my final words is, of course, come to the Vibe sessions. I think it's important to track progress for everyone building, and I think that the Vibe sessions are a great place to demonstrate that what
Yeah.
progress you've made, but building that community early and then yeah. I guess anything that you would like to share before we end this stream.
I think that's all from my end. But I would like to, like viewers, whoever who is watching right now, please, like fork this repo and play with this, and try to use these two models, two features, not the models, in your AI agent. And please, please, please share us with us so that we can know that you guys are making progress and you are, I mean, this kind of session is being useful for you. So feel free to share us on Telegram or on a Twitter. If you're sharing on Twitter, just tag us, so that's how we can get to know more about this one. And yeah, that's all from my end. And if we don't see any comments, or if anyone does not have more question or comments, I think we should end this right here and let's get back to the work.
Awesome. Well, glad to be on, and yeah, guess we'll all see you in the chats.
Yep. Bye guys, see you on the next workshop, same day, same time, I guess. Yeah. And yeah, till then, bye, take care.